Hey there, how's it going today? My name is Hayden, and you're watching YJ Wheelin'. So today, I'd like to tell you the story about getting pulled over in my Jeep. So basically, I'll start off by explaining kind of the scenario of what happened. I was leaving my local Chick-fil-A in the town, and I was pulling out, and there was a cop in front of me, and I looked back behind me, and there was a cop that was pulling out behind me as well. So I went ahead and pulled out of the Chick-fil-A and was heading towards my house to go home. And I was just driving like what I felt was normal, but of course this is a stick shift, so it's a lot different from driving a regular car, I guess, which is what I'm used to, is driving an automatic. So I was going up a hill, and all of you guys who drive stick shift know you do not want to switch gears going up a hill just because it's an absolute pain in the ass. So I was in first gear, and then I shifted in second. I didn't want to shift out of second until I got up the hill, and so I was kind of tailgating a person in front of me, which wasn't the cop. The cop wasn't in front of me anymore at this point. It was a different person, but I was tailgating them, and the cop was still near me. And so basically I didn't get pulled over or anything like that at that point. It was just kind of normal going, and then I'm just driving, looking at my speedometer because I knew there were cops around, and it said I was doing 50. So the speed limit was 45 on the road that I was on. I figured I was safe doing 50. And then I'm about to turn on the road to go home, and I hear the sirens and see the lights, and they're coming after me, and I'm like, oh crap. So I go ahead and pull over, and the cop comes up and goes, how are you doing today? And I said, well, I'm doing pretty good. I had the doors off. I was enjoying myself. I was sticking my foot out the door because it was open. Well, it wasn't open. I didn't have the doors on. And it's the best feeling ever. So I wasn't really paying attention too much. I was just kind of driving along. I wasn't going too fast. I didn't feel like I was just sticking my foot out the door like all us Jeepers do when we have our doors off. So he was like, yeah, you're doing good tonight. And I was like, okay, well, what's going on? And he said, the reason why I pulled you over tonight is you were doing 60 in a 45, and you were tailgating, and you were also weaving in and out of the lines. And honestly, at this point, I got really scared because the town I live in, at least, is very ticket heavy. Like, they will give you a ticket for anything and everything. It's very stupid. And if you're under 18 like me, I'm 17, you can lose your license for doing 15 over the speed limit. And the judge in town loves to take away licenses from teenagers. So I immediately started getting kind of scared, and but I remained respectful towards the officer. Yes sir, no sir, I'm gonna go reach into my glove box. I told him about everything that I was gonna do. Didn't go reach for anything or anything like that. Kept my hands on the steering wheel when he went back to his car. So I handed him all my license, insurance, and everything, which was up to date, which was good to have all that. And then he went back to his car, and he said, okay, give me a few minutes. He went back, and I was just sitting there like, what are they gonna do? Am I gonna lose my license? How much is this ticket gonna be? And he comes back, and he's got my license and insurance or license and registration in his hand, and said, I'm gonna give you this back tonight, but I was this close to writing you a ticket. And I was like, whew, thank you, sir. I was like almost about to celebrate. And so this was just a definite learning lesson for me, not to trust the speedometer in your Jeep unless you actually test it. So apparently my speedometer is off by 10 miles an hour or so because of my tires and wheels, I guess, which I really feel like it isn't off that much, but I mean, who knows? I mean, he said he had to do 60 to catch up, so I really don't think I was doing 60 at any point. But it was definitely scary because if he wanted to, he could have slapped me with like a $300 ticket. And no thanks. I've got to spend enough on this baby. I don't want to spend another $300 on something stupid like that. So luckily the cop was really chill and nice, and honestly the best way to get out of any ticket is to be respectful to the police. That will most times, I mean, this was my first time being pulled over actually, which is really surprising considering how bad of a driver I am in my actual car. But I got pulled over for the first time, and I learned from other people's lessons. I wasn't cocky about anything. I was very respectful. You treat them like humans, you know. Police are out there protecting us all day long, so you gotta treat them with some respect. And totally respect this guy. He's awesome. So this is a little lesson for me to learn. And make sure you guys that are out there jeeping, if you're gonna be on the road, which I'd rather not be on the road, I'd rather be off road, but it's fun to drive on the road too. But yeah, just keep an eye on your speedometers, be respectful to the police, and this is just a little tale about my almost ticket. So thanks for watching, guys.